Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. You see, you caught me eating a mango, but it's actually finished. Yeah, so just give me a sec, let me just finish matching it up and then come right back to you. All right. Yes friends, that mango was very lovely. Yeah, you see, I'm not showing off on you, I'm not showing off on you guys. Not at all. Not at all. I was just enjoying a little sweetie mango. Yeah, you see, my yard is very fruitful. So I'm just making use of it. So, yes, friend, welcome back again to my channel. And if you're new, please like, subscribe, and comment. And remember friends, remember to hit that notification bell so that whenever I post a video, you will know when a video pops up. All right friends, yes. So all right, well, kind of feel it a thing in my teeth, but it's all good. It's all about eating mango. Yeah, it's all in the works as well. When you eat mango and it don't itch up in your teeth, that's not mango. Yes, let's move on from mango. All right, so I told you that we will be coming back to this discussion about divorce. And as I asked, is it okay for husband and wife to divorce? And the Bible says that it's because of the hardness of man's heart. And it says over there in you can read it over there in Matthew 19 verse 8 and 9, right? Matthew 19 verse 8 and 9, you can read it. God is not in agreement with that, friends, because he says it's because of the hardness of man's heart. Why would go ahead and do that instead of to try put it back together and forgive, right? Even though it says that it should be, if you are going to separate, it should be because of you found your partner committing fornication, right? But yet yet God says because of our hardness, the hardness of our heart, why we would have gone ahead and done that, right? So there's no okay in going ahead and to do that, right? Because God is all about oneness and communication and love, and that we should forgive. And you see that thing, forgiveness, friends, it is hurting many relationships because many persons find it hard to forgive each other. And when you find person holding on to something and they hold it against each other, it's very hard for for that relationship to work, right? Forgiveness, we all have to have forgiveness. We all have to forgive each other so that we can move on. I know it will hurt when your partner leave the union that should be one and go outside of it and commit what he or she not supposed to commit with another person. But we know that sex is the main problem. Sex is the main problem also, you know, because you know that, and it says that sex, you know, that is for married people, because when you have sex, you actually giving your entire being, your entire self to the person that you will be having that with. It's like you put yourself into that person, becoming one. Now that is why sex leads up to married couples, because when you're married, you become what? One. So when you become one, you give of yourself to each other, intercoursing, because intercourse, you hear what it named? Intercourse. So you go inside each other, right? Inside each other. So the male go inside of the female, you know, takes in the male into her, and that become what? One. So sex is a serious thing, friends. When you end up having sex with someone, it's a serious thing, because you give of yourself. And that is why it is so wrong when persons, and if a young person go ahead and have sex with, you know, persons, and they're not ready for that, like you're not married. You give of yourself, you know, destroying yourself. You give of yourself to that person, and then you and the person don't end up, the person move on, give himself to another person, and so on and so on, wrecking yourself, messing up yourself. You know, so that is why sex is for married people, because when you have sex, you give your entire self into the person and become what? Become one. So when someone when someone break that bond of oneness and go outside of their marriage and give of themselves to another person, that's a big problem. That's a big problem. And that is why persons feel so hurt when that happens. Because you give of yourself to the person, and the person leave and give his or her body to another person, becoming what? One with another person. The amount of person out there we have one we join one with a lot of person out there giving of themselves. So friends, sex is a very serious thing. Very serious thing, and sex not supposed to be dashing and flinging and all over the place. It should remain one place with one partner. And by doing so, you are crafting yourself on each other, becoming one each time you end up having sex with your partner. So it's a beautiful union. When you have sex, it's a beautiful union, joining together beautifully, enjoying and expressing that love, being into each other, joining one. So that's how serious and how sacred marriage is, when you join one with each other. That's how beautiful it is. That's why, I mean, that is why being with the same sex, that's wrong on all levels, like seriously, because there's no way you can become one with the opposite sex, with same sex. Crazy. There's no oneness and nothing there. God created Adam and Eve, male and female, to join together, because I don't see our male going to be joined together. As nasty. Anyway, let me go back to let me not go off. Let me go back to what I'm talking about. So I'm saying, friends, when you're married, you become one. You don't married to separate. You're married to join in oneness. Right? Marriage is a serious thing, friends. And because of man's disobedient, to God, principle and laws, why we have so much separation of marriage, because persons, everybody want to what? Want to do their own thing, right? We fail to understand the meaning of being one, right? And everybody want to be the man. Everybody want to be the man, right? So friends, God is not agreement with divorce. God is agreement with oneness, loving each other, communicating with each other, sharing that beautiful union of oneness. God says because of the hardness of man's heart why we will go ahead and divorce. No, I can understand if you're in an abusive relationship, God would want you to stay down and be abused, whether by male or by female. But I encourage that you don't divorce but separate to get counsel. Yes, friends, separate to get counsel. If you're in a relationship, an abusive relationship, you can separate to get counsel. Separate to get counsel. Once the guilty party who is inflicting the abuse agrees to do counseling, I believe that the victim of that abuse, I believe that he or she should agree and get counsel. Because sometimes there are things going on with the person and they just need counseling to get all of that out, to see what is behind all of that causing that to happen. So you can separate for that, but not divorce, separate for counseling. And not until when counseling, when the person, you see the person is changing and going through the counseling, and you see that different attitude, that different thing about the person changing, then you can decide that to put it back together, come together when the time is right. But never you jump to do divorce, because especially when you have kids in the family, it will mess up their mental. Worse when they are in school. I see that happen, right? Where it messed up the kids' mind, and they can't operate in school and all these things. One did have to drop out of school because of that, right? So these things are very serious, and I believe that you can separate for counseling, and when the time is right, when the person change, or when you see a difference in the person, and when you get down into why all of these happening, and you're getting a breakthrough and the person is responding positively, and you see that you can get it back together, do so. But we should not jump to do divorce. There's too many of that going on. There are issues in marriage that can simply work out, that can simply put back together. But because, as I said before, because the majority of the time the guilty party is the one who is holding on to the hurt and fail to forgive. So many times the guilty party will hold on to being hurt and don't want to forgive. Many times, right? Many times the other party, that the wrong that has done to, fail to forgive the guilty party. So many times the guilty party don't want forgiveness, but because many times persons hold on to hurt. And we as people, we love to hold on to hurt, Yes, we love to hold on to being hurt. We love to hold on to hurt and saying that, he hurt me or she hurt me, so I won't forgive, and all these things. So many times we are the one who fail to bring back our marriage back around together. But I'm going to say this, friends. I'm going to say this. If you know that you are someone who have it hard to forgive, and you know you have a certain thing about you that it will cause problem in relationship, don't go into it, friends. Don't go into it. Check yourself first. I always say that persons need to take an introspect in themselves first before launching out into a relationship and you know, venture off into marriage. So I believe introspect need to be happening. Persons need to check themselves, search themselves to see who you are, to see if you are ready to be in a relationship. Because there are many persons going into a relationship and they are really messed up, and persons are blind to even see it. There are so many persons who are divorced and gone back, not even divorced, but just leave their marriage, separate, and then end up going back with another person and venturing back into marriage, and that person don't even know that the person they are with were married before. Many of these things happening out there, friends. And there goes another wreck marriage again, messing up that person's life. So friends, we need to check ourselves individually first to see if we are ready to launch out in any relationship. And it is good when both persons can talk. Get to know who you are involving with. Ask your question. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to say what you require and what you're looking for. Don't be afraid to find out about the person. Even if you have to do a background check, find out about the person's family. Find out these things, friends. It is very important because you don't know who you will be taking up into your life to mess you up. These things are important, friends. So I leave it here, friends. I leave it here. I leave it here. There could be more to be said, but I leave it here, friends. I leave it here. God is not agreeing with divorce, but he agree with forgiveness and love, and that we put things together and try to work it out, communicate with each other, friends. And marriages are lacking of these things in these last days. Too many persons getting married and then next week they are divorced, they are left, you know, and before even the year finish, you find that they are divorcing and they are separating because what? Many times we put God, because of our disobedience, and we put God out of it. And so we don't know how to deal with problems when it comes. Friends, you can't have the spiritual without the physical without the spiritual. And I see that is happening in many of us young people who want to get married. We ignore the spiritual aspect of it. So friends, we will talk again, friends, and I hope that you enjoy what I was talking about, and it is informative, and I hope that you will share to encourage someone else. So friends, I'm asking you to like here, subscribe here, and make your comment, and keep it breezy, and we will talk again. Who knows? Don't know the next topic, but check it out.